In the second part of the 20th century, perhaps more urgently than ever before, Atwood implies, the writer's responsibility is to foreground this vision, to portray humankind in its non-homogenized but rather diversified experience, to explore the intricate relations between individuals and the power structures that threaten to subject or subjugate them. The writer, she observes, in her book of essays, Second Words, and I quote again, functions as a kind of truth teller. And the novel is a moral instrument. Moral, she goes on to say, implies political, and the novelist sees a connection between politics and a moral sense. Please welcome our distinguished guest, Margaret Atwood.
Thank you very much. It's one of the more interesting and complex experiences of my life to have come here. And, I'm going to read from two novels. One is called The Blind Assassin, and when I was starting to write this, I set out to write the 20th century through the time periods that had been lived by my grandmother and my mother. Both of those people were far too nice to be put into a novel by me. So the narrator is not my mother and not my grandmother, but she has lived through the same time period. She was born in 1916. Therefore, through the First World War, through the de-ground rooftops, thousands have drowned. Global warming is held accountable. People must stop burning things up, it is said. Gasoline, oil, whole forests, but they won't stop. Greed and hunger lash them on as usual. Is what they used to say for wars, still do for all I know. But on this page, a fresh, clean page, I will cause the war to end. I alone, with a stroke of my black plastic pen. All I have to do is write 1918, November 11th, Armistice Day. There, it's over. The guns are silent. The men who are left alive look up at the sky, their faces grimed, their clothing sodden. They climb out of their foxholes and filthy burrows. Both sides feel they have lost. In the towns, in the countryside, here and across the ocean, the church bells all begin to ring. I can remember that, the bells ringing. It's one of my first memories. It was so strange. The air was so full of sound, and at the same time, so empty. Reenie took me outside to hear. There were tears running down her face. Thank God, she said. The day was chilly. There was frost on the fallen leaves, a skim of ice on the lily pond. I broke it with a stick.